Well, that didn't exactly go to plan, did it? Um, how's it going, everybody? It is Charlie here, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. It's time for your Hull City review as Leeds United draw 0-0 at the MKM Stadium this evening. And another point on the road, which I guess is a slight positive, but I feel it is a very missed opportunity and a very frustrating evening up at Hull. Just before we get into it in more detail, please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. Hit a like on the video if you can. It really does help get it out there to more people. Please hit the notification bell. And of course, get all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. So yeah, as I say, a very frustrating evening for Leeds United. One that I feel was very much there for the taking. Obviously, let's start with the lineup. A few changes were made. Ethan Ampadu was actually fit to start in the end, which was a huge positive for us. And we saw Jamie Shackleton come in for Sam Byram, which I thought was a very strange move by Daniel Farker. And we also saw Dan James come in for Crescencio Somerville, which I didn't mind in all honesty. I felt he had a good impact off the bench against Millwall, and I thought Somerville against Millwall was probably the weakest of the front four, so I understood that one to an extent. But bringing Jamie Shackleton in for Sam Byram, I thought was a very weird move, and it proved to be a wrong decision, in my opinion, from Daniel Farker, as I felt Jamie Shackleton had not a great deal of an impact on that game. I thought it was very ineffective down that left-hand side. There was nothing going down that side at all. I thought his passing was very safe. He didn't really take any risks, and he did lose the ball in a few critical areas in certain scenarios. So not a great performance from Jamie Shack, in my opinion. But I thought in the first half, especially, Leeds were very much on top. I thought Hull had again, kind of like the Millwall game, I thought Hull started off a bit brightly, first 10 to 15 minutes, but once Leeds settled into the game, it was all us in that first half. Obviously, Jorginho Rutte, he misses a golden opportunity. His one-on-one with the keeper. All he has to do is slot it away, but the Hull City keeper comes out and makes the save to put it out for a corner. Does the Somerville chance as well, in which he forces a good save from the Hull keeper. And I think there was like a half chance from Yoel Perot from a set piece as well. So there was a lot of good things in that first half. I thought Leeds United looked confident, looked comfortable on the ball. It's nice to see us playing the ball on the floor for a change. And having players actually look confident on the ball like Ampadu, Gray, and players like that. Luke Ayling for me, again, another shaky performance from Luke. I thought they were definitely targeting him down that right-hand side of ours. And it was obviously always needing the likes of Joe Rodon or Archie Gray to slot in and cover Luke, because I felt their winger on that side, he was very tricky. He was very, you know, like I say, tricky, quick, bright, and looked really lively. And I think that caused Luke Ayling a lot of problems and give him some serious headaches this evening. But on the whole, he limited him the best that he could. But I did feel he was massively helped by Joe Rodon and like Ampadu and Gray and such. Hull in the first half, I thought, were very mediocre. They didn't give Melier anything to do or anything to really think about, which was testament to our back four. Well, I say back two really, in Joe Rodon and Pascal Strauch. As I say, it isn't, people think I have agendas against these players. I really don't. I literally just say it as I see it. Luke Ayling cannot defend 1v1, and Jamie Shackleton is very, very ineffective going forward down that left-hand side, completely different to what Sam Byram can offer, which is why I said, I was kind of baffled as to why Shackleton was brought in tonight. Ampadu and Gray, I thought in the first half, were very solid, as always. The forward line, obviously, Nonto goes off injured with an ankle injury. Hopefully, that was just precaution. And then Somerville obviously took his place. Thought Yoel Perot, again, some decent link up play and some good touches in the opposition half. But other than that, didn't really have much to do. Thought Rutter was lively and looked bright in the first half. He obviously has that chance, which he should score, really. Um, but unfortunately, he didn't. But other than that, I thought it was okay. And Dan James, again, didn't really do much in the game. So yeah, I did feel Leeds with a better team going into half time. And I did feel that if we could maybe up the ante just a little bit in the second half, that we would have got all 3 points this evening. I really was confident of that. But then we go into the second half, and Joe Rodon gets sent off for a second yellow card. Yeah, the second yellow card is a worthy yellow in my opinion, but the first one in the first half was just not at all. I've seen it back on Twitter. It's maybe it's a foul and worthy of a free kick to Hull, but it's definitely not worthy of a yellow card. Will Leeds appeal it? Who knows? I don't think you can appeal a double yellow card. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I don't think you can appeal that. I think it's only straight reds that you can appeal. So obviously Joe Rodon, unfortunately, now will be missing for the Watford game on Saturday, which will be a huge blow because that more than likely means that you're going to see Pascal Struijk and Liam Cooper as the centre back partnership. Obviously, Cooper comes on when Joe Rodon gets sent off, and within 10 minutes, he'd made 2 errors at the back. And I tweeted it at the time, and I genuinely do believe this. Luke Ayling and Liam Cooper. Oh, just got something in my eye there, guys. Liam Cooper and Luke Ayling in the same team gives me serious anxiety. Both very shaky at points. Not 100% confident on the ball. I think they're probably the 2 weakest players that we have on the ball. So the fact that we managed to dig in for half an hour and we limited Hull to very few chances in the game and we walk away with a point is, I will happily take that given the circumstances. Obviously, Hull were knocking at the door towards the end of the game, a few decent chances. But the one that sticks out is obviously the one, I think it was Traore. Aaron Connolly gets played through and very unselfishly squares it. It's an open goal for Traore. It should be 1-0 Hull. I should be coming on here and discussing a defeat, but he hits the post, thank God, and obviously keeps Leeds in the game at that point. And I must admit, at that point, I knew it was going to be a draw. I know it was late on, and it was obviously easier to predict at that time, but I knew Leeds were not going to get a winner because it was obvious that we were just sitting in trying to defend the point. So I was just thinking to myself, if we can't win it, please don't lose it. And, it's 3 games unbeaten. Now it's 3 clean sheets in a row, which is a huge positive, which, given that we had the back four that we did for the remaining half hour, obviously Luke Ayling comes off towards the end and Sam Byram comes on for him. But the fact that we had Ayling and Cooper in the same back four for about 35 minutes of that game and we didn't concede gives me confidence going into Watford. But Watford, again, the games are getting slightly harder as they go on for me. I think Watford will be a tough game on Saturday, even more tough now that we don't have Joe Rodon available. But, it's at Ellen Road, fans behind us, good football is back. I still think that we played some really good stuff tonight and it was encouraging, especially in the first half. I thought we started the second half brightly before Joe Rodon's red card, and who knows what would have happened if he had have remained on the pitch. But, it's a point away from home, guys. It's 3 clean sheets in a row. There are positives to take. Disappointing that we got the red card and the game ended up turning into the game that it did. But we held on for a point, which I think in years gone by, we would have lost that game. And let's be honest, we were a couple of inches away from losing that game. Thank God Traore hit the post towards the end of that game. And that's all I've really got to say on it for this quick review after the game, guys. It is late. I've got work in the morning, so I will sign off for now, but I will be live on the channel tomorrow evening for the last say, where I'll be getting all your guys' thoughts and opinions, and we can discuss the game in more detail. But just before you leave this video tonight, guys, please smash a like on it. It really does help get the video out there. Please subscribe if you are brand new. Hit the notification bell, and of course, get all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and I'll see you tomorrow evening for the last say. Cheers.